Hey guys, and welcome to the episode 41 for the District Show. My name is Armugan, and if you're new to this channel, I want you to go down and press the subscribe button and the bell icon because we do really cool stuff here if you're new, and I'm gonna show you. And here's a fun fact about this episode. I tried to record this episode yesterday as well, but for some technical difficulties, some issues, the episode recording could not be saved in my phone, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it again for you guys. So here I am back again, and the question for today's episode is, how do you sustain your success? I mean, how do you sustain your performance over the long term? Because if you are in life, if you're really living, you know you're gonna have challenges. I mean, when you're going upstream, when you're climbing up a mountain, my father does a really great job of explaining this. He says that if you're having challenges in life, if you're having problems in life, this means you're going upwards. This means you're climbing a mountain because you face challenges when you're climbing a mountain. But the good thing is you're always going upward. And that's why I love all of this thing, and that's why it's true. I'm not here to dishearten you. I'm not here to, break your hopes. But this is true. You and I, we are gonna have challenges in life. Life is full of challenges. The question is, how do we sustain our performance? The question is, how can we conquer our bad days, our hard days, the challenges, the setbacks, the failures? How can we conquer them? Because we're going to have them anyway, so how do we deal with them? And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this episode. But before we get into that, I have a really good backstory for you. When I was starting off my channel, I was starting this off, and I was the podcast guy, if you know that story about me. I had this cool idea that from Gary Vee. Gary Vee was my mentor at that time. I used to watch every single one of his YouTube documentary and video, and I didn't take notes on it, but yeah, I took notes on some of them, but I used to watch every single one of them, and I was like, it's cool, I should start publishing myself. And Gary Vee got me into this thing, and I started my podcast because I was the video guy. I love writing, and I hate recording videos like I do now. I hated it at that time, and I thought, what a great idea to record audio, because I'm the audio guy, and I thought it would be so cool. And the first episode I recorded, it is horrible, the first introduction episode. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, okay? I believe in myself. I am the greatest. That's what I literally said to myself. Now I was like, I'm gonna crush it, man. I am so full of belief, and I'm gonna crush it. And the first day I get to the recording and I draft the episode. Like, I literally scripted the episode. It's an introductory episode. I'm just telling who I am, and it's the introductory episode, and I have cut it out and rewrote it for at least a dozen times. 100 will be over exaggerating. I don't want to do that. So I draft this episode a dozen times, and when I try to record it in the front on my phone, I'm horrible at speaking. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to do any of that. So I failed. And like any starting YouTuber, my goal with my channel was to grow my channel to 1 million subs in 1 year. That was my goal. That never happened, by the way. But I learned so much during that journey that I feel like it's always worth it. Worth it. What happens most of the time in life is, if you set a goal and you work for it, but you don't fail to achieve it. And even if you fail to achieve it, some people get sad. I am not that kind of person. What I do is, I look at the progress I have had in the journey. And the goal is not the main thing. Whatever this is, I don't know why I'm explaining you that, but this is critical. And all my goal was to grow my channel to 1 million subs. But here was the problem. I worked for a week and I relaxed for 3 weeks. I worked for 2 weeks and then something hit me. A challenge will come up, a problem will come up, and then I'll lose all my momentum and not work for another 2 months. In fact, when this corona lockdown thing was happening in my country, our country was, everything was going lockdown, everything is shutting up, and for me, I'm an introvert guy. I'm happy about this, not about the virus situation, but I'm happy about that I don't get to go to college. Means I have so much time to record, I have so much time to create, I have so much time to give to you guys. But I didn't do any of that for the first 4 months. I procrastinated, and it was a huge moment of realization for me, because I thought I was a guy who worked on internal pressure, not external pressure. External pressure is your boss or your college or your teachers or your parents. They are forcing you to do something. I was a guy who was passionate about my work. I'm passionate about my work to this day. And when I was in my lockdown and I couldn't do my work, I was procrastinating, I was questioning myself. I was like, are you really passionate about it? Are you sure this is your work? This is my work. I mean, I love doing this. But the problem was with me. The problem was I did not have a reason to follow through on all of this. That's the big thing that all of us are missing. And today, thank God, I work every single day. I take breaks, I relax, but that doesn't mean that I lose my momentum. My momentum has been up from that day on. Even when I have challenges, I use these challenges and I grow every single time I have a challenge. I 2 times my speed, I 4 times my speed. I grow from those challenges. But how do you do that? Like, how do you make the shift from being a guy who works for 1 week and then relax for the next 3 weeks to a guy who works every single day and who loves his work? But this is only work. It's not about work. Work is play for me. I love this because I am playing with you guys. I mean, I'm not playing with you guys. It's like what I want to say is we are having fun, right? For me, this is fun. I can't imagine doing anything else. And the only difference between that time and now, the one thing that I've learned that has been so powerful for me, it's a purpose. A purpose. Yes, you might have heard that advice over and over again. And if you're new to it, I know people all around, they say this thing. Every single successful guy you meet, he'll tell this to you. Like, goals, they're good. They're necessary. Purpose, it's great. It's a must to have. It's critical. That's how important a purpose is. Because you can set all kinds of goals, but it's not backed up by a purpose, it's not worth it. Martin Luther King said once that if you have not found something worth dying for, you're not fit to live. And that's true. If you have not found something that you can give your life for, if you're not found something that you can work for and you love that, you're not fit to live. And that something is a purpose, and a purpose that's bigger than yourself. Because I believe that we human beings, we could do something, we will do more for others than we'll ever do for ourselves. Like, some people say human beings are mean and they and this and that, but I don't believe that. Because let's be real. The first time you got your salary, your first salary, what did you want to do? Spend all on nice clothes and nice cars and nice shoes all for yourselves? No, you wanted to share it, right? That's what you want to do, and that's the beautiful thing about being a human. We want to share. We love sharing. We feel empathy, and that's beautiful. And this is why I think you need a purpose that's bigger than yourself, not just confined to yourself. A purpose that's bigger than yourself, so that can move you. So it can move you during the hard times. Reasons come first, answers come second. Tony Robbins, again, my mentor, he has ingrained it in my mind. He said that 80% of any kind of success is the why, is the purpose, is why do you want those things? And then the 20% is how. Any successful person you'll ever meet, they have a strong enough why and they have sustained it over the years. The only way you can perform, you can sustain your performance, your high performance, you can sustain your success. And you cannot just sustain it, but you can grow it. It's for a purpose, for a reason. I know it's very basic advice, it's very simple, but this works. I can promise you. And the mistake that all of us make while having a purpose, while finding a purpose, we believe that we have to find a purpose. We believe that the universe will give us a purpose someday. That is not true at all. And even if, in some cases that has happened, you feel like the universe is calling you. In fact, I felt like that a few days ago. One of my friends, he called me and I want to create a course and I want to share all of this. By the way, I'll tell that to you guys in another episode. But I want to do all of that so that I can serve you guys better. I can serve my people best. And I feel like that's a calling for me. And I felt that over and over again in the universe. But this specific moment I remember is because my friend, he's in France and he calls me after a month or so. He calls me after a month or so. We talk for 2 hours. And what he says to me, he watches all of my work and he is a fan of it and he loves all of it. And I'm really grateful for that. What he does is he teaches me, because he's older than me. So he teaches me that he tells me that the only things that's going to mess you up is your emotions. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God, thank God. This felt like a calling because all of us are being messed up by emotions. And what I believe my superpower is the same thing, emotions. Like, how do you get that emotional intelligence? By the way, a course will be coming up for you guys, so stay tuned for that. It will take some time, but oh my god, I'm so excited for it. Anyways, that felt like a calling for me. What I'm trying to teach you is that was a calling. But even before that, I had a purpose. It was a simple one. It was not a big one. I didn't have any calling. I didn't have the universe telling me. The mistake that we make is we become so anal about having such big, such unique, such specific, such huge purpose. It's not like that. Just have a simple one. And what's more important than finding a purpose is believing it. And I'll say that again. What's more important than finding a purpose is believing it. Because if you believe it, game over. If you believe it, you'll embody it. You'll live it. You'll vibrate it. People will know about that. That's your purpose. That's your meaning. This is what you live to do. This is why you are alive. And this is huge, by the way. This is huge. And what I want to tell you guys is, if you have not found your purpose yet, it's okay. Don't find. Stop finding. Create. Create a simple one. It can be a simple one, like to love, to serve, to give, to help, to contribute. It can be one like to become more, to grow. It can be one like to help my kids. It can be one like to help my parents. It can be one like to be free, to be independent. It can be a really simple purpose, but if you believe it, the game's gonna change for you. My purpose right now, my purpose is just to serve. In fact, I'll tell you a story. I was taking this course on building funnels by Stephen Larsen. He's awesome. And what he teaches, Stephen Larsen is an entrepreneur. He's awesome at it. He's an entrepreneur, and he teaches that when, the only purpose of entrepreneurs when they're starting out, new entrepreneurs, just like myself, and thank God that I've learned this, I'll avoid this mistake in the future. So the only mistake new entrepreneurs make is they feel like they have a purpose when they're starting out. Their only purpose is to make money, right? Because the society tells them, have a job, make money, and do all of that. And there comes a place, making money is just a formula, right? It's a formula, and if you can take action on it, you'll make more money than you can ever imagine. And when entrepreneurs get to that place, they're making more money than they ever thought they could. They start to question themselves. It starts to mess them up psychologically. Like, they start to ask themselves, what's my purpose now? Because first my purpose was to make money. I'm doing that now. What is my purpose right now? And they start to question themselves, and it starts to mess them up psychologically. And if they stay in this place, it's game over for them, baby. So what you must do is, and what the advice that he gave me and that I'm giving to you is, even if you're not an entrepreneur, even if you're just a simple guy, whatever work you do, have a simple purpose and believe in it. Just have a simple one. What gets those entrepreneurs through, what gets them to grow is just that they believe in a simple purpose. Like, all the purpose of an entrepreneur is to serve. That's what an entrepreneur is to me. He's an adder of value. So just have a simple purpose to serve your people. Just like that. Same way you can have a simple purpose, but believe it. Believing it is more important. When you embody it, when you start to live it, when you start to remind yourself daily, okay, this is my purpose. Every day I wake up, I never ever forget to do this. I have a question and I ask myself every single day, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? I ask it every single day. Even if I have remembered the lines that I say, I still ask them and I remind myself. My purpose here, Armugan, okay, when I ask myself, what's my purpose? My mind talks to me like, your purpose here, Armugan, is to, Armugan's my name. Your purpose here, Armugan, it's to give. It's to grow. It's to be free. It's to be independent. But mostly my purpose is to serve, to contribute. My purpose here is to leave the world better than I found it. That's my purpose. That's what I believe in, and I live it. I embody it. I act on it every single day. And the second advice I want to give you on this area, on this purpose finding area, is whenever you're coming up with a goal, because remember, reasons come first, answers come second. Answers are second nature. What's more important is the reason. Your answer is your goal. Like, okay, your goal is, I want to make $1 million. That's your goal. What's more important than that is, why do you want to do that? And spend time on the why. Every time you're coming up with a new goal, you're deciding, new year is coming up, right? 2021, we're going to set resolutions. This is what I want you to do in this new year resolutions. when you're deciding your new goals, when you're coming up with them, don't just come up with a goal. Write your goal and write a paragraph about why do you want it, and remind yourself over and over again about why do you want your goals. Remind yourself over and over again, why are you alive? If you're not found something you can die for, you're not fit to live. So remind yourself over and over again, your purpose, your why. It's why is the powerful. The mistake that we make is that we ask the question how before we ask the question why. Whenever we see any successful person, we are obsessed, right? We are obsessed like, how does he do that? That's just so awesome. How does Ray Dalio makes $1 billion? How is Ray Dalio is a billionaire? Because he's awesome. But we ask the question how. What we must do is ask the question why. Why does he make that? Does he make that for himself? Does he make that for whatever reasons? I don't know. But why is more important to ask for yourself? Why is such big mover? You see, the problem again we make over and over again is we think we need willpower. We think we can't take action. We think we can't go through the hardest because we don't have enough willpower. Willpower is BS. It doesn't work. Willpower is like you creating push. And push will wear you out, no matter how strong it is. It's gonna wear you out. You cannot keep pushing, right? If you push with both your hands, which arm is gonna win? Which hand is gonna win? You're gonna lose in both scenarios, right? So what's more important is you create a pull, and that pull is from a purpose. That pull is from a purpose that's bigger than yourself, that's huge than yourself, that is more than yourself. When you have that, you find that pull, you find that calling, you find something is pulling you. You don't have to create a push every single day. You don't have to discipline yourself every single day. If you find a strong enough purpose and you believe it, and create it and believe it, not find it. If you create it and believe it, you'll have that pull from the universe, from the God, from your purpose that's bigger than yourself, right? That grows more than yourself. That purpose is going to pull you. And even if after all of this you feel like you can't find your purpose, I'm going to share with you one last thing, and I learned this from Dean Graziosi. And if you don't know about Dean Graziosi, awesome human being, awesome entrepreneur, sharing his light into the world and helping so many people around the globe. And he is changing the knowledge industry. He and Tony, both combined, they're changing the knowledge industry. And awesome guys. So I learned this from his course KBB, the Knowledge Broker Business, the Knowledge Broker Blueprint. I'm sorry. I learned this from him, and he said to me, and it's his story. He said that there was a point in my business where I wanted to grow, where I wanted to scale more. So he hired a person for 10K a day or some amount like that. I'm not correct on the amount, so apologies there. But he hired someone to come in and coach him on his business so that he can grow his business. And that person comes in, and he's so smart, by the way, so smart. He asks him, why do you want to grow your business? And Dean replies with something. And let's assume that thing is, I want to grow my business so I can make more money. And then he says, like, why do you want to make more money? And Dean starts thinking, and he says, I want to make more money because I want to be free. These are not Dean's answers. I'm assuming it. I am coming up with them so that I can make you understand. And every time Dean replied with something, he asked him the why behind that thing, right? Like he said that, I want to grow my business. Why do you want to grow your business? He asked him the why behind that thing, behind growing your business. Like, what's your why? And he kept doing this until he was at 7. The 7th question is the real why you have. Like, every time you do it, it's like you peel a layer off of yourself and you start going down deeper into yourself. And Dean remembers it, like when he was around the 3rd last why, he was at the 5th. Hey guys, I'm jumping in your episode to really apologize because I recorded the last 2 minutes of this episode that you are currently watching, but it got cut out for some reason. I didn't have enough storage basically in my phone, so it got cut out. So really sorry for that. But here's what I said in the last 2 minutes. I said to connect with your why daily. I didn't matter what your why is. It can be a simple thing, it can be a huge thing, it can be whatever that is. Create one, believe it, and connect with it. And your way of connecting with it is write it down or ask yourself daily. Write it on your wall, write it on your hand, write it on your face, write it somewhere else. Like, I don't care, but connect with it daily, because that creates the big difference. Once you have a why and once you're clear on it, you're going to have challenges and you're going to grow. You're going to face those challenges and you're going to grow from those challenges. Those challenges will not break you down, they're going to lift you up. And once you are at that place, my friend, success follows. Success follows because you are powerful, because you have that power, you have that strong reason. You are at that place where you don't have to work, where you want to work, where you love to work. That place is an awesome place to be in, and that is the gift I want you to give yourself. And if you enjoyed this episode, share this with a friend, because I think this episode has been extremely valuable. And don't just watch it and say, oh my god, what a cool episode. Just apply this stuff in your life. Just take action on some little thing. Get clear on your why, write it down, take action. And before you leave this video, I have one last thing. Go down, press the subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it, so that you never miss any video from me. This is what I have for you today. I'll see you in the next episode.